The sample questions I'm going to go through is the instrumental questions. I'm going to write my answers on a separate document here. So, who's the composer of the orchestral answer? I'm just going to put like old-fashioned style because it won't let me circle. So I'm going to do a split view. So the first one, if I get it to right, it'd be nice. Make it thicker. Okay, there it is. Number one is gonna be A. Alright. Which the following and I'm gonna take now I moved on to number 2 and I'm going to say since I can't put in the sound because if it's considered copyright, I'm not gonna try to do that in this video. So number 2, which the following instruments is from the Maharo so I have to say Embera. Strategies, I'm just gonna write it as best as I can. I'm gonna do the best I can with the number 3. Okay. So for the first one, okay, so it says Forrest Price, Antonio Vivaldi, John Adams, Cesar Frank. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, so it has to be the earliest being Vivaldi. So, because Vivaldi wrote and I'm going to check back those answers in a few minutes. So, and then also it could be John Adams. So John Adams. If it's wrong, it's okay. I'm not gonna get mad. Florence. I know there's some of the ones I haven't. I don't remember hearing of it, but it's okay. Price. I don't remember this one, but that's okay. And Cesar. Frank. I'm not sure of this one, so just don't criticize. Which of the following genres is a major cultural expression of Brazil? Dr. Miranda, you can answer that one. So I know you did this so many times with us in the Nichols campus. And I already know the answer to that one because you did it a lot of times over there. It's not A, and I know that's a lie from the middle L. It's definitely B. It is samba. Samba is the answer for number 2. Number 4 is B. Oh, no, shoot, let me erase that. Okay, I'm doing an exactly understand for this. So 4 is going to be B. I already know it's samba, because you can't fool me, because Dr. Miranda did this so many times, and yet he's from Brazil. And samba's happening through a lot. Thank you, Dr. Miranda, for your darn history. What in the world? Okay, which of the following is a chord progression played? I can't play the audio on this one. I'm trying not to get in copyrights on this. So I'm gonna come back to it and write down the answer and show you. Now I am on number 5. Alright, 5 is 1. Okay, so I know it starts on a tonic, ends on a tonic. Okay, 1. So it would have to, the closest thing would be process of eliminations. I'm not going to worry about B and D will not be it. I have to say C because if it goes from 1 for, and also 5 has to go to 1, that makes it as a part. Number 6. Alright. If I'm wrong, it's okay to be wrong. You just have to know that. Number 6. The pitch is composed of what volume mode? So, alright, so 1, it raises third for 1. It raises 6 is another. Technically, if it raised up the leading tone, so which one it will be. So okay, so if I remember this, my dear, so which one's the majors, which one's the minor? Okay, so I did practice late Monday after lunch. Okay, so one has to be the major, one has to be the minor. So Dorian is still technically major. Okay. Did practice. Major would be Phrygian too. Aeolian would be a minor scale because minor starts Aeolian. Aeolian is that. But the fact is it has to be mixed. I would say Mixolydian because of that. But hey, if I know how to work on it, so be it. The excerpt above, and I just answered this one. Okay, I just saw this one somewhere else. The excerpt above is taken from lead A in A major. Which of the following best describes the bracketed area X? Okay, so the bracketed area of X would have to be, okay, so I'm seeing a B major, and, okay, oh, I see what it is. I'm interpreting the fact is we're in A major, and I'm looking at the bracket to see the fact, okay, the fifth of A has to be an E, but then it has to be 5, 7, and 5, which is going to definitely be letter D, because sometimes I know that Dr. Miranda did this in theory, I think 3 or 4, that you had to do a 5 of 5 or 2 of 5. I think that's where he got into that one, I think, pretty much. Which measure does the horn player show an incorrect pitch in a French horn performance? I am not going to play the video this way. It's not really. I'm going to completely come back to the question now because I can do that without having to get copyrighted on this. I don't want to be in French. A part of that. So number 8. From listening to that one, it would have to be letter C to be the right answer. The jazz piano performance differ from several aspects. What point does it say the indicated aspect? Differs from the notated. I'm going to have to play the audio because okay, so I'm going back to answer the question. Physicists and different in several aspects. Which points of performance does it indicate dynamics? I have to say, alright, from. Okay. Alright, so the difference would be. I have to say D because it's a strong answer. So I'm looking at this and this being on the same stuff. But unfortunately, it looks like differently. So I'm going to say D. Strong answer. Performance parts of two different numbers in the same part. I think I've seen this question before. It has to be a bassoon and the violin. So there's 2 answers for this question. For this one, it's a little hard to say. Okay, which pattern is the most appropriate for answering the above passage? Okay, alright, so if I can I'm going to draw the pattern just to make sure we are on the right page. Okay, so for this one, it's going to be 1. I'm going to draw my line. Then I'm going to go to my left. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the closest pattern I can come up with, it has to be letter C for 11. Alright, I know this is going to have an audio, so I'm going to have to come back and answer the question and go through it. If I get them wrong, it's okay. I'm not going to go through the full answers until probably Monday, but see what I did to see what I need to fix. Okay, Now I'm going to be on number 13. Okay, so this one's going to be, I would say C, pretty strongly. What should be the first step of curriculum in doing music development? Okay. Alright, so the first step in curriculum and development. What in the heck is this question? I'm gonna try this one. Try to give an ear to this one. Sequencing music tasks. No. Identifying goals and objectives. No. Purchasing music and equipment. No. First of all, you should be selecting it, and then the fact is then you should worry about everything else, purchasing equipment. Then you start setting the goals. Then you start sequencing music learning tasks. I think it's D, but hey, if I don't know this one, it's okay. I'm not gonna be a little butt about this one. Okay. Alright. Which of the following gives the best choice of general music under the concept of a solo rondo? Oh boy. What the heck? A solo rondo. Oh god dang it. Okay, so Hadley chorus, Spring from the Four Seasons of Vivaldi. Okay, I know the Spring of Vivaldi is a quick piece. Da 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 da, beat it up, bum bum ba da da, da da ya da da ya da 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 da. Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy by Stravinsky. Don't dum dum dum. Hail the mountain. More into B. You know, I'm not gonna put the audio on these guys, but I'm gonna say B. Just bypass it, but you know. But prior to learning about meter, elementary students should. Okay, I already think I've seen this question. God knows. Hey. Experience the words on the road, which is about. Okay, experience to learn songs by rote continues to what the following. Okay. Extending the vocal range. No. Okay, if you're learning songs by rote, you're developing your ear, which is a way to train that ear to do all sorts of things. And I thank my teachers for telling me the secret of all this. So I'm going to say you're developing the oral skills, because the fact is, if you are, let's say, learning a song for the first time, your ears are not always used to it. Think about my example, Yell After the Rain. And it took me, God knows how long it took. 3 semesters worth. Probably 4. And the reason why Dr. Miranda suggested solfege, because it helps develop the inner ear to be able to tell if you have a right note or a wrong note. And I think he did with every repertoire there is. I'm going to put that answer. Yeah, I'm going to blast him out. Oh well, Doctor, you know. Yeah, I guess you get one in the world after all if you're listening to this. Okay. So the answer is B. Create an arsenal on board instruments is accompanying folk songs which are following. I know it's aura. Let me put it in the correct term. Aura. By completion of grade 4, most students should be able to sing 2 octaves, play melodies in treble bass clef sight, sing a repertoire from memories. I'm in grade 4, but I started playing in grade 5, so that's different. Most of us probably started developing sight reading at that point. That I'm just gonna put B. Alright, holy crap. The trombone slide position is what following pair of pitches? So right, first, second, third. It looks like a fourth. I think so. Okay. So is it first, second, third, fourth? Okay, so it has to be the position of. I'm going to answer as being a fourth if I was told this, and it has to be A. Which of the following is appropriate instrument care for string students? Okay, I just heard of this one. Those are in another form, so I'm going to answer it. Loosening the hair before you put it in the hair. Okay, oh boy. And this is going to be an interesting one. Which leads us on above A? Okay. If I don't know something, it's okay. So I'm not going to get all upset. 22. Okay. I'll have to say D for right now. Which of the following is written that is, which of the following is been for beginner bands is who's, no, it's not who's, it's, god dang it, I know Dr. Ladd said it. Beginning. Which of the following topic skills covered early begins to a string orchestra? Which topic can be covered in early units? Okay, so oh boy. Topic skills that cover beginning students and string orchestra instruments. We do correct playing exercises in the first position. Using the bow to produce forte and piano dynamics, playing B flat me. For the 24, I would say it's for the beginning one, because I don't remember that beginning violin class all that much. So I'm just gonna say B for right now, because I don't remember that one. Okay. So, later in spring semester, the director of a high school or intermediate band has also reached new peaks. This works for the passage. The director wishes to focus on an attribute of the passage, on which of the following rehearsal attitudes best used in instructional time and instructional sequence. Okay. Okay, late in the spring semester, that's what I'm going to get down, so I'll read the new piece. So, in the abstract, the director was to focus on an attribute of the passage style. So, okay, this would have to be, I'm going to say having the bass clarinet work, because this is a tough one. I would say, I can zoom in on it and see. Which one is the right way? Okay, because these mimic. Okay, I'll wait to this one. I've seen the horns, the B option. I'm not sure, because that looks like a tough question. The National Core of Arts. Okay, so I'm going to go in and take that away for a sec. The National Core of Arts is creating performance arts according to how the connecting is. Okay, so understanding, I'm thinking this one, it has to be A, because for this answer, it's going to be this one. A music teacher needs to speak with a student's parents because students' problematic behavior during class. Which of the following methods is the best way for a teacher to... Okay, number one, that is... Connecting the parent to social media to send a message to the parent to speak to the student about problematic behavior. Head to the no, I'm dang professional, man. Contacting the parent by email and asking to schedule a time about the issue. Okay, B sounds better than put it on social media because social media is darn tacky. I'm going to say it the nicer way. Pulling the parent aside to have a conversation, parents picking up stuff from rehearsal. No, heck to the no, because sometimes you're just in the mood to pick up the darn kid and go home. Sending the parent an email describing the student's behavioral issues and consequences. And no, because that's not the point of this. Sending the parent an email is not, and describing the student's behavior, it's like, okay, number one, the parent is thinking it'd be very personal, and two, nobody wants bad news. So let's put it the way that it's meant to be. So I would strongly say how my professors would have handled my problem in this situation in a professional manner. It's gonna have to be B, because email is strictly a professional situation that should have worked best for the between the parent and the teacher, and if the teacher has to darn well get an administrator involved to do the conference too, just so they have backup, it's probably the best way you can do it. And a lot of parents can learn this early on. Which of the following programs is music educator most likely create music theory worksheets? And I've done this so many dang times in my computer technology class and orchestration, and we use Finale. Or some of us use MuseScore too, which is the darn same thing as Finale. What should the following says about copyright pertaining to music teachers is correct? Okay. Alright, copyright, which is known as fair usage. In a way, it makes sense. Teacher can make a single recording for students for a copyrighted material for educational archives. Okay. Teachers are not required to obtain a mechanical license for multiple copies of copyrighted material or not sold for profit. Okay. The copyright for new works and recorded for an individual student is part of the school's assignments held by the teacher. Teachers can create and sell recording, performing an original arrangement of copyrighted music work without obtaining a license on the proceeds of going for educational usage. Okay, so you can't sell it. Knowing the fact you'll be caught with the copyright, so D is not your answer. Okay, so C. The copyright for new materials created and recorded by individual students part of the school assignments held by the school and not the student. Okay. No. Okay. No, because then that sounds awkward too. Because what the heck the school has to do with the copyright? That makes no sense. Teachers are required to obtain a mechanical license of multiple copies of copyrighted recordings as long as the copies are not sold for profit. Not required. Okay. Not the best answer. Teachers can make a single recording of a student performance of copyrighted material for education or archival purpose without paying a licensing fee. Okay, so it sounds like 8 is a little bit of the fair usage of music versus, put a note, when I was in NSU, we had to follow copyright laws when it came to our work. That means if you refer to transcribe it, I did some transcribing in orchestral classes, orchestration with Dr. Robichaux, and a lot of times I had to put the composer's name and my name. I forgot what the part was, but this is the way it's going to be A. Which of the following techniques is good with teachers to take care of their voice in a music classroom? Okay. This is going to be a very fun question because we used to be in COVID. We used to do something like this for our instruments. Singing the student, okay, so keeping air in the classroom by using a dehumidifier. We did that with COVID. I know that the band room had some of those things. I don't know if they still do. It's been since December, so I've been there for a party. But keep in mind on this. Singing for students and mom when students, no students is a reinforcement. No. Avoiding using amplification system that causes to lose its vocal strength. Okay, okay, so I'm not used to vocals, but I did see some of this in the instrumental section. So we did use dehumidifiers in most of the practice rooms, most of the classrooms, most of everywhere you've been. So I'm just going to put A. Which of the following is the software used for editing sound? Oh gosh. Okay, Adobe Acrobat Reader, Adobe Captive, Adobe. No, it's not. Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music. Heck to the no, we did not use you. Note Flight, Syllabus, and SoundCloud? No, hey, no. We used Audacity, so I'm going to put number 31 to be in. It's a weird option. Just going to put H and let it be. And I'm not going to go through all those answers today. I'm just going to stop.